Hi everyone, this is Balázs from RacingBrick. Last year, LEGO completed the entire Formula 1 grid in the Speed Champions lineup. Earlier this year, we also got the car from the F1 movie. And now, LEGO is already jumping ahead to the 2026 season with a brand new entry to Formula 1. This is the 77259 Audi Revolut F1 Team R26 race car. Now, before we dive into the set itself, we need to set the scene because this one is complicated. Audi officially joins Formula 1 in 2026, but what we've seen so far are mostly concept and show cars to show delivery. The team revealed one version earlier this year, recent testing in Bahrain already showed something quite different, and even that might not be the final car we will see in Melbourne. Confusing? Welcome to Formula 1. And that uncertainty matters here because LEGO designers had to work on this model long before the real car design was finalized. We've seen a similar situation before with Technic F1 releases, when the final car simply wasn't known yet. Last year, Speed Champions F1 cars were based on finalized 2024 designs. This time, LEGO had to interpret a moving target, so with that context in mind, let's take a look at the box. The front follows the same layout we've seen before in the F1 lineup, nothing dramatically new here. On the back, we get another angle of the car, a top view, close-ups of the helmet and steering wheel, and the render of a concept car, apparently the one revealed last year but with the LEGO set's livery. Let's open the box. The set has 216 pieces, the price is €28 or dollars, and it will be available from the 1st of March. For local pricing and availability, check the link below. Inside the box we get 3 numbered bags, the standard car base piece, a relatively small sticker sheet and the manual. There's a comparison image with the concept car at the beginning of the manual, and here's the part list if you are interested. Now let's start building. We begin with the base. These new bracket elements are used on the sides, and this is actually the first appearance of this piece in red. Black versions are used for the floor, and we extend the structure to support the front and rear axles. Another bracket combination follows, and then these shield-shaped tiles neatly cover the underside. The side pods are mostly built sideways, with 2 printed pieces integrated into the structure. The rear wheel support is very similar to last year's cars, so this part of the build will feel familiar. We add some smaller details, the steering wheel, and then move toward the rear section. Those relatively new 1x1 corner cheese slopes appear at the back, along with the first stickers. The engine cover is printed, and behind it there's an upside-down minifigure ice skate, a classic Speed Champions trick. For the rear wing we get 2 printed Audi logo pieces, although one of them still requires a sticker. 2 new elements are added to the wingtips, and the mounting method is different from last year. Structurally, the nose section is similar to previous sets, but the front wing design is noticeably different this time. We attach it to the chassis, then we add a few more smaller details, the halo and the printed camera pod. The last items are the wheel covers. Once we mount everything on the car, we are finished. And here is the driver, simple printed torso, branded helmet, nothing too complex, but we didn't expect more based on last year's drivers. So here is the finished model. It features the expected Audi branding, but I think there will be many critical opinions. Many people will likely complain about the use of light bluish grey, since it is supposed to be silver. Honestly, I don't think any LEGO versions would look particularly good. Now, regarding the features, it is best to place a car from last year next to it. Proportionally, this does look like a 2026 spec Formula 1 car. Compared to last year's Red Bull, the Audi is visibly shorter and slightly narrower, which is correct according to the new regulations, so that's a plus. The rear wing is also narrower and no longer uses that special white piece from 2025. Again, accurate. The front wing layout reflects the regulation changes as well. The winglets have moved inward and the overall width is reduced. The wheel deflectors are gone, that is correct, rules have changed in 2026. So from a general proportion and rule change perspective, LEGO did their homework. Now let's talk about the weaker points. First, the wheels. The tire size remains the same as last year. Technically, that's not accurate, but at Speed Champion scale I think we can live with that. What's harder to ignore is the print. The car uses the exact same Pirelli tire prints as the 2025 cars, even though the new 2026 design was revealed months ago. That feels outdated right at release. Then the rear wing connection. Last year's solution was solid and firmly integrated. This one attaches via robot arms and feels noticeably flimsier. That's disappointing. The front suspension is another step back. For 2025, LEGO introduced custom molded pieces to replicate the wheel deflectors and a more lifelike suspension. Since the deflectors are gone this year, LEGO reverted to the older 2024 brick-built axle solution with the bucket handles. It worked then, it works now, but visually it's simpler and less refined. Considering F1 regulations are stable for the upcoming years, I would have expected an updated, more versatile mold instead of going backwards. It could have been used for any open-wheel race car at this scale. The width of the front wing is correct as I said, but the new wings have also become more simplified, and this one has the same thickness, so it looks too chunky. As for the overall detailing, this season the cars themselves are somewhat simplified aerodynamically, and that's reflected here, but that also means fewer opportunities for clever brick-build techniques. I mean, the half pin here is a cool trick, although it makes the neck bracket with the camera pod wobble a bit. The side pods and the floor are fine, but honestly nothing special. There is one thing that increased, the price tag. It is only €1 or $1 more, but still, there are fewer parts, a simpler design without actual team-specific details, outdated wheel prints, and a flimsier solution in some areas. Honestly, I am not sure this was a good choice to make now. To be fair, I understand why LEGO wanted to release this early. Audi entering Formula 1 is a major marketing moment, but from a product perspective, this does feel rushed and inaccurate. With a potential fall 2026 release, updated tire prints, a refined front axle, finalized livery and body details, this could have been a much stronger set if it had been released together with the Cadillac car, of course, which is oddly missing now. But despite all these limitations and shortcomings, I think the least we could ask for as compensation is a fully printed set, but that was not provided either. One criticized thing I can forgive is the vertical Audi logo on the nose. At this scale, a horizontal version would have been nearly unreadable, and remember, Audi had to approve this as well. So overall, this is a proportionally correct 2026 F1 car, but with fewer details, some outdated elements and a couple of weaker design choices. Is it a must-have? Probably not, unless you are a full F1 completionist. But I'm very curious to hear your opinion. Will you buy it or will you wait for other releases? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe with notifications, as more exciting LEGO videos are coming soon. See you next time, bye bye.